Hello and welcome back. Right, it's time to seed our fields, plant our fields even. It's a planter. Yes, I've got my weight on. Field is prepped. Both fields should be prepped, and we are going to use our brand new. Well, when I say brand new, I mean brand new to us because it is second hand. Then most of our equipment is second hand. Right. Now I've got the weight on, so let's see that we've got better grip than we did have when we did this here. Okay. It does feel better actually, and it's steering better. It definitely was pushing me around before. I'm not expecting perfection because I know really we are slightly underpowered for it, but it's only slightly. Right, we want sugar beets. Smashing. Ooh, this is lovely to be able to plant with this. Yeah, it's really is managing nicely. .6 miles an hour. I think we've lost a couple of miles an hour, but that's really to be expected, isn't it, when you consider we are almost 30 horsepower under. So yeah. Smash in, yes. Lovely. Oh, missed a tiny bit there. Have to do a bit of tidy up work. It's managing quite nicely. Always said this tractor was, well, I didn't always say, but what I mean is once I recognised its true potential, it is a cracking tractor. I'll just remind myself, are we fully... No, we're not. We need to put some sugar cane in. Think about our other field. I want to put sugar cane in it, but two things. Hiring the sugar cane double billet planter, now that's not the problem, it's the seed for it. Sugar cane requires such a lot. We're already in, I think we've already got some to buy the field, haven't we? Yeah, we're 45,000 in the hole, so we're going to put, we'll literally do another field of sugar beet so that we don't need to buy any. And I know we've already got 220,000. That's true, we have already, to be honest. We have already got 220,000, which is 22. Gets through. Oh, losing traction. This must be think how much do I need with all that? I've got 220,000 in storage, haven't I? Why am I getting no traction? I can't turn. Doing it, or am I not? No, I'm moving forward, but apart from that little sort of bit there, that was about the only bit that we've ever struggled with on the field so far. Now it's still going up, sometimes reaching 8 miles an hour. Let's try and finish this off. There's that little patch at the top that I missed. We'll try and spin around and grab that now, so that we're not missing anything. He's managing it quite well, if I'm honest. I mean, for saying it is underpowered, it's not struggling an awful lot apart from that bit of the field that's obviously a bit, which is a bit shapely. You can see that if you look closely, because it does go up to a hill point, so it's not that much of an unexpected bit that with such a big planter that it would struggle with that section. So let's just grab those two bits. That last one there. Yeah, this is... I'm not going to go sugarcane for the fact it's going to cost us an arm and a leg. Can you plant? Is it just today? I think it is, isn't it, if I'm honest? No, it's not. Okay. Then we'll do it tomorrow, because I would like to do sugarcane. I really would. We will have our income from the production factory in the morning, which will be enough. So to hire the sugarcane double lane billiter and the seeder, and also the seed, which is going to cost us a fortune. Luckily the field isn't massive. Right, let's run this. Out of the way, because otherwise it is going to get in the way all year long. It is so long. I don't know. 1 minute, did I take any contracts? no. Oh, that's right, there was a couple of sugar beets, but to be honest, they're so tiny. Yeah, it's not worth me even getting out. If I just have it. True, that is very true. Right, so that is us planted. Now then, if I remember rightly, I have just got the second... Yeah, I have. Second lot of fertiliser. What we're going to do is we are going to grab that and fertilise that right now. Should get that sorted. So it's completely finished, and then all we need to do is look for the first growth stage of weeds. Yeah. Just make sure that it is going to accept it. Yes, it is. Especially if I can see the shadow. Fantastic. It is nice to have nearly all aspects of our personal business. I know there are proper harvesters for other kinds of crops, but for what we need to do, no, I know we're going into sugar cane as well, so we're not quite got all we've got. At least the sugar beet business, we've now got our own topper. That is nice. We've just got to now work on the sugar cane stuff. Yeah, there's our test patch that we did. It's not accepted it because it's already double fertilised. Brilliant. Oh no, thinking about it, that would be a mistake. Right, so we're completely finished on this one. Waiting for tomorrow morning for our... We've just looked at contracts and there's nothing going there. We've already looked at our... Oh wow. Oh, look at that. Is that not amazing? The only thing I am going to say is if it was the big fast track, I will be tempted. If you just look at the horsepower on that, 235 horsepower, we've already got that. This is what I'm saying. This is why sometimes people look at the case and they don't see it correctly. It's more powerful than that. So, as much I know it could have a front loader, and it absolutely is one of my favourite tractors, and it's faster and everything. We can't at present afford that. We're already in debt, so we shall stick with our original fantastic tractor here. And what we should do is sleep through till tomorrow morning. Oh, idiot. We're only going to get half of our income, aren't we? I didn't top up the sugar cane. Right. Let's remedy that first. Oh, okay. First growth stage are weeds. Let's put time up to... Well, we don't want the growth to suddenly happen for weeds. Let's get the weeds done. The last thing that we've got on our field prep. And we're going to use our new weeder. Looking forward to this. And get in. It's a little bit tight. I nudged it by mistake once. Okay, fantastic. That's not the biggest of weeders, but it's still not going to take us that long. Yeah. So some of them it's taken out and then others it's not. Oh wow, there's some that's gone through to the second growth stage. Well, that's annoying. How did it do that? Right, okay. No point in going over this twice. I'm disappointed with that. Let's fold this back up then. Go with plan B. We have our sprayer. That's quite what we're capable of doing. Let's stick this against another tree. I don't want any rollback like we did with the cedar, so okay. I think what we've got in there should just about do our little field. Top corner. Misjudged that. Yeah, I did. It'll come round. Yeah, that's a little bit. There's no trouble with having such a big. Yeah, I've got to gauge your boom length on the turn a little bit better than I did there. We will have done all of our personal field work on this field by this time. Let's put this up to ×3. I know we've got to be careful because this is our only other month we can plant or actually seed, yeah, in this instant. Let's not waste any spray. Excellent. Quite disappointed with that. That it reached the second growth stage in that one window. Very disappointed. To me it all looks like first growth stage stuff, it doesn't look like second growth stage. Oh well, weeds have always been a bit of a canny beast. Not always playing to the rules that they should do. Even I've seen that. Most of the time they do. They did used to play very well under seasons. I don't think I ever had any faults with them, but on the base game there are a couple of times where you're always supposed to be able to use these on things. Grass is obviously a slightly different thing. You've got to cut the grass to be able to get any weeds on it. You can go over with a sprayer unit like this and it won't take the weeds out. That's because the grass has reached its full potential, and the weeds are there as well at that point. So right, so that one I do understand. That's supposed to be like that way. Wow, that's a bit uneven. Right, okay. Let's go and hire the double row planter for the sugarcane field. And what we're going to do is use the absolute huge advantage of the sugarcane planter by getting proper sugarcane pallets, because you don't get a much of a cheaper way of filling than you do with using that. What could I forget? I can go down that road. Oh, I've done my little ant thing. Right. Wrong one. Oh wow. That's typical. And that you can put the... can you put the wrapper on that one? In this? No, you can't. It's just the baler. Right. Oh, we've got some fertilising contracts. That is good news. So, no sugarcane technology. 2-row billeter. Lease. Wow. Yes. And pallets. Does this come in big bag? No, it doesn't. I don't think you can get only... Yeah, it is, I am right. You don't get much cheaper than this. So, sugarcane, 2,000. Let's get 6, I think it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right, let's get on with this. This is going to cost us money, and if that ticks down to another hour, then we are in serious trouble. We'll use the fertiliser we've already got over there. It is, although it's a small field, it is not that small a field. We may need to get more. That seems a bit strange, but we may well. So I'm hoping we don't need to take a loan out for 5,000 more to knock our loan up to 50,000 to get this sorted, but we've got to get it sorted. Ah. Oh, well, that's good. I've actually got to... I did go too much. We've got plenty left. Let's get our field seeded. So we've got both our fields ready. Now actually leasing the little harvester isn't that much. But if we're doing not badly by that time, I would like to have a go of the big one. I've never ever, in fact I don't think it was in FS19, wasn't it, if I'm honest. I think it was only the tiny one. That would be really nice if we could actually trial. Can you get down that field there, the edge? No, well, you can, but not properly. I thought there was a... I think there was a path this way, but there isn't. Ah, there is a walking path though. But no limit for a tractor. Oh well, know for future reference there isn't a path that way. We've got to go right, further up. Right, let's switch this on. To sort that out a little bit. Let's do it on the edge. Let's get the headland done. We are going to do it ourselves, so I would normally use a worker, but not this time. Although I did say I could use it on my... I did realise as well I have got a massive apology. It was only yesterday when I was in my Hors-Belleron Let's Play, and I was just going through the rules that I'd said on this that I can't use any workers, when I realised when I did this sugar beet harvest I actually broke that rule unwittingly, I might add, but that's not the point. I mean, I know I didn't use it a lot, but I did use it while I ran off to put the 20 tons, the 40 tons, sorry, into the railway storage, that I actually did have a worker going for those couple of minutes while I did the run. So I do apologise for that. I will do my best to be a bit more on the ball. So that was not my intention to break the rule. And as everybody knows who is watching, it isn't my norm. I've done all contracts myself, which was the rule that we set on this. So I shall try to be a bit more attentive. It's the only thing when you've got two Let's Plays with two sets of rules. I do realise now that it's not as easy to follow as you think. Let me just clean that bit up over there. There's a tiny touch that I missed. Excellent. This does get through the seas. Absolutely canes. Mind you, I've got to be honest, when you consider the fact that sugarcane will be in this field for 3 years if I wish to, which obviously in my case I do, so that is very good value when you consider that it's not just plants and then rip up. It is literally in here for 3 years, I believe. That it was under FS19. I don't know if it's changed under FS22. I can definitely say that I missed a bit there. My field at Hors-Belleron was planted 2 years ago, so it's had 2 years growth, and it's still in its final growth stage, final year of harvest, if that is correct. So to make sure I've got the slight overlap with this. I know when I did my field at Hors-Belleron, there were a couple of strips that had weird patches where I obviously didn't quite catch the lines. this does make me so happy that we've actually started to a bit of growth, that we've actually got a second field. Really does make me very happy. And sugar cane, that's such a good... Eventually I would like to buy the field next to it, that other little strange shaped one, and plough them both into one and extend this, but that won't be for a while. It's 90%. They're still doing well, it's not bad. And it not go any smaller. Straighten this up, because I know there's a bit of... Excellent. I am loving this tractor, I really am. I'm thoroughly enjoying its as an asset. Going to need to top up our seeds. Our gut says yes, just. We're very, very lucky. I don't know, 63%. Might just about do it. I know. Might just about do it. Looking at what we've already seeded. Actually do it better than I thought. Oh, okay. Slightly. Yes, I have. Very slightly. Just a tiny touch. It's a little bit over. It's not taking the fertiliser. I would guess then that this is double fertilised in places. Let's just check that out. It is. Ah, that's why it's not taking the fertiliser then. There's just a couple of patches where it needed, where it had been missed for it to have taken that 5%. Fantastic. Get that better. I'd sooner do it properly to begin with a very slight overlap, than I would to actually have to come and clean up. And I don't mind cleaning up, but it's nice if you don't have to, if you've done it properly in the first place. Too much of an overlap, got to be careful. Wow, I'm well chuffed. Only one. Oh, just the weeding to do once we've hoping we catch it in the first growth stage, so we can use the mechanical weeder. highest width in my line so that you've got the overlap, but not too much. Right. We're now shrinking the field as well. I think, to be honest, as I said, if we are, we know we are. I've already said I'm going to literally buy the proper farmyard. If we are, then there is quite a bit of extension we can do to this field. However, with this being sugarcane, I am going to leave it because of the turnarounds. It is the harvester, with it having the trailer on as well, can be awkward on the turns, so I'm going to leave the nice, generous headlands that way and that way. For that very reason, it will also assist because we're using sugarcane. It certainly does need quite a bit of room for the turnaround for the trailer. So it has the harvester and the trail trailer as well, so we shall use our noddle and not make things difficult for us by going to so let's not miss anything. Yeah, did I miss a patch there? I think I did. Patch there was missed. Three runs, I would say, and one of those is an overlap. Turned it off. Wheels width. The overlap. No, not quite. One more partial run. Not bad though, wasn't a bad guesstimate. Right, last little, tiny little bit. Turn it off. Well, 8% on the entire field. Not bad at all. Let's take this back. One thing I will do is, being as we paid this, there are a lot. Let's just try and push that back. Because I'm never going to get that. A lot of people know about the trick of if you do sugarcane, there is one advantage to using this, that the seeds are cheap, but also that you can fill. We bought too many, so 2,000. It is very reasonable because it does convert to normal seeds. Now it's not some people view it as a cheat, but it is just what it is, and it's not like we haven't used this properly to put sugarcane in. So I am going to avail myself of the huge advantage that it is of putting this in and then ejecting the seeds, because we have paid for it, and which will make this amount of seeds very reasonable when it converts back to normal seeds. No, it's not a cheat because we did literally. I mean, let's face it, you could hire this, but then at $4,000 plus for a hire, then it would make the seed conversion process quite expensive. So yeah, this is a legitimate use of that. We will have 7 tons of seed that we'll have done quite reasonably, and we'd only use a tiny touch of our fertiliser as well. Right, let's eject. Excellent. Let's try and push those in somewhat. Let's drop that off and release it though. Quickly, I don't want to get clobbered for any more leasing costs. Return, yes. Let's just push those so we're not taking over this car park. So that means when we do any seeding contracts, which we were discussing now that we've got our planter, stroke seeder, because it does do, it's the huge advantage to that, it will actually do seeding and planting crops, so we can do contracts with it, which with its size is not a bad thing. Another feather to our cap, another bow, arrow to our bow. Let's just push those 2 in somewhat. Excellent, and that's seeds there, they're a little bit out. I'm trying to keep it on the grass so it's a bit. This one, just one there. Excellent. Job is a good one. Right, that's everything returned. We may get clobbered for, it always seems to catch with your leasing later, doesn't it? Well, that's a bit, I think it's the additional leasing cost it catches you with, isn't it? So, right, so that is our, all we've got to wait for on our other field is, right, so let's do the other job that's important today of filling the sugar cane. We'll buy some sugar cane in and we will pour that into our sugar factory. We'll check the contracts out and we shall see. My play session today is nearly over, but which I'm well chuffed with what we've achieved. Planting both of our fields is definitely a job well done. A bit of weed we've missed there on that corner. Now then, let's try and grab that and move it, because it is in a bit of a precarious. Yeah, we need to reverse it, don't we? Just forgetting. Let's see if I can push that around. My timer's just reminded me I've got 10 seconds left. Excellent.
Your silent time.
Let's just move this. This next to our bales of hay. That's a point. Let's check if they are degraded. I think they are. I'm sure I've already checked them and we're down on what they were. No, they're not, are they? Actually. So no, they're not degrading. Wow. Right. Let's go top up. One thing we will do. So this year, we have completely limed on this one. We've weeded and we have double fertilised. So we've done all of our preparation that was needed. Right. Do love our trailer. It's not massive, but it certainly isn't small either. 33 tons to me is a really good. It's bigger than medium, and yet when you look at it, I actually quite like it doesn't look massive. When you go to like the 50 tonners, they look large. This still looks quite small, bit of a TARDIS, and yet 33 tons was only slightly under what we were using the big Flegel that we were using on the sugar beet contracts, and this is a lot more wieldy. It's much more. That had got quite a nasty turning circle, whereas this is just fantastic. Right. Not sure whether by April the sugar cane will be more reasonable, whether it will be back down to its 2 odd. I think it costs us about £1, £1.50, or just under 2 grand. I think, was it 1,000? We shall see. Let's see whether it's cheap or dear still. Still dear. Or maybe it is that on my other Let's Play my trailer is smaller, which it is, and it's costing us just under 2 grand. So it's not that it's dearer, it's actually that my trailer is bigger. That makes more sense. At least this time it will be. So we'll check the contracts out. Although I finish this play session, we shall see if there's anything where we can earn well for next play session. And it is planting today, so seeding. Well, and planting actually. Let's have a quick look whilst we're here for contracts. Fertilising. No, it's disappeared. Sowing. Potatoes, I thought it was going to be. No. I'm happy. I'm definitely not doing a potato plant. I think what we're going to do is the contracts are all. We're literally going to sleep the night out. We've done all that we can, and we'll leave it at the beginning of tomorrow. 8 o'clock. It's beginning April. No, let's do 7 now. It's beginning to go the other way. Well, it should be quite light at 7. Let's see if I'm right. Yay, we are. 4,335 litres in. So I did go over the hour. Wow. Let's have a check of this. 12. Right, want more sugar cane. Let's go and grab another one, because then it will give us a day's grace. We shall check the used vehicle. My favourite part of the day. I do love it. I know sometimes it doesn't renew, but it is. I do really love that. Not that we are missing an awful lot of stuff, but it is still nice. There is one thing. I said that we didn't really need 2 tractors, and we do in a way. I did notice yesterday when I was. It is nice to have a tractor on the trailer, because you can leave the engine running so that you can move it and run it. I did notice that I have to uncouple the harvester, go and get the trailer, put it under the thing. If you've got another tractor, you don't have to do that. It does streamline the processes we've got, so yeah, that would be useful. That's better now. I've got everything out of the way over there. It's excellent. Right, we should check contracts first for the day. See if there's anything. Ooh, and we've got our own equipment now. Let's see if that will, if it's going to stay or go. Yeah, spraying is held. Fertilising has just gone. Those fertilising contracts really do just fly. Right, that's it then. I'm not doing any baling, so one spraying contract later on. Excellent. What field is it? 38. I can't quite. Over there. Quite a way. That's near to there. Yeah, but we're going to have the sprayer on, aren't we? 49 reading weed already. Let's have a quick look at that. Is it the first growth stage though, or second? If it's first, we could quickly zip over with our 6 metre. I would allow that on this play session, just because at least it's done. Let's have a quick look. If it's first or second. Say first. Let's grab that and have a go. Tell you what, I like to stick to my timer. It makes this play sessions a little bit unwieldy. We'll just unfold it and we'll have a quick go to make sure I'm right. If I am, then we'll just test it and then we'll leave it in the field so that we remember that that's what we've got to do next play session. Yeah, that is working, isn't it? It is. Let's just finish the row off though. Not going to be silly. Excellent. There's one weed that was a little bit bigger. Right. Leave that ready to crack on. The sugarcane's growing nicely. The last thing I'm going to check, I don't want to miss any good deals. We've still got the baler, but we can't afford it. It's tough, it really is. It's a shame though, because it's a round baler, which is what I want, but we haven't got any grass yet. We've not bought any mowers or anything, so yeah, I will pass on that. So without any further ado, we've planted both of our seeds, we've fertilised both of our seeds, and we are just about to weed the last, let's turn the time down now for a second. We're just about to weed our second new field, and we will be completely up to scratch with everything. Our productions have enough product in to actually last couple of days for the sugar cane and an awful lot of days for the sugar beets, and we've got 220 tons in storage ready to pull in and put in once that runs out. So we're well in advance with our sugar beet. This sugar cane as well. Trying to just gauge my fields versus Horbeleron. I'd say this is not much different size to the field out at Horbeleron actually. It is a small field, 49, so yeah, I think seriously that will probably produce this. At least that weeder is working. You can see there's no pink left on that blue strip, so it's definitely first growth stage. Yeah, so I would say between 100 and 140 tons of this ish, if it's the same as the Horbeleron, when it's weeded and fully fertilised and limed, which it is. It doesn't need lime, does it? No, it doesn't. Right, so anyway, I think we've certainly seen quite a bit of growth for saying this is only our second year, beginning of the second year, so I'm well chuffed with this Let's Play. It feels like it's flowing really well. I do like that. It's nice. Some you have to work hard. This one's sort of fallen nicely into place. Reminds me of my favourite Let's Play of Lone Oak. That also went like this, where things flowed quite well. Anyway, without any further ado, thank you very much for watching, and goodbye for now.